Hello crafting friends, welcome to this week's vlog. I've been sort of busy this week. A lot of changes have been happening in this lounge room, and I'll have a segment on changing rooms. So I've changed the layout of my lounge room. I haven't done it for 20 years and I thought, I really like a change. So the main thing was getting the big furniture changed around by my husband and daughter and son and people who are younger and can move the furniture. But the two big items are finished. I've done it before. I am going to do a after. I think I might include that in the next episode so you can see how it looks when it's finished. It's really fun. I used to love doing it, having so much. So, you know, and then I think I'll change the cover on the couch too, and the chairs. I am giving my 6 dining chairs that were too big to my oldest daughter. She would like them, so that's good. And then I will just have the chairs with wheels that John made, and they're easy to push in and out. For the time being, I've got the gate leg table under the window here, and the light, because today is very cloudy and looks like it's going to rain. But it is a lovely day for staying in and crafting. A brief synopsis of what I'm going to talk about today. I have found some 1-inch squares that are English paper piece. And look, I got a basket. How everybody's getting a basket. I ordered this online. It is bigger than I thought it would be, but it is perfect for my projects that I'm doing throughout the week. So that is very handy. And it's got very neat tabs on the side. This is all made out of grass. It's unreal. It's got tabs on the side, and I thought maybe I could hang things on it. And this is a ball hanger, so you put the ball of wool on here, and it just you can carry it round. I thought that's a very good idea. So that's my project container which came this week, and these are the English paper pieces that I'll talk about. Very fun. That was a fun project. I still haven't finished. There's like 200 squares in that container. I have finished my Corran cardigan. It is finished. It was such a breeze to make, and going to get my daughter to model it. I have had a video. I just took a video of it halfway through with one sleeve. I was going to measure the sleeve, and I'll include that too. But I want to have a video of her wearing it. And then I finished a scarf. This only took me 2 afternoons of watching TV. A really nice one. I had this beautiful yarn from Life in the Long Grass. I think it's called Ceramic, the colour. It is beautiful. I knit it on 5mm needles so that it was a bigger knit. And then it's just a vanilla pattern. You know, I use my own vanilla pattern where you add 1 stitch at the end and cast off 2, knit 2 together at the beginning. So it's quite a nice length. I used the whole skein. Then when I got to the end, I wanted a bit different. I used an I-cord bind off also. And this time I used a 2 needle bind off. Talk about that a bit more. But yeah, really love the pattern in that, so I'll talk about that too. So yeah, I am looking at patterns. I want to make another jumper or vest, and it'll probably be a combination of patterns. So hope you join me for that. Just a bit about me. My name's Barbara Radzivikas. I live in Bondi, New South Wales, near the beach. It's beautiful, especially when there's weather. Today is the 14th of June, and yeah, If you like the content of my vlogs, please like and subscribe. It all helps. I am dying. I'm not dying. I am waiting very patiently to get to 1,000 subscribers so I get a YouTube thing, plaque from them. I really, really want to get one of those. So you can all help me. And I'm wearing a hitchhiker that I made earlier this year from mohair. It's so beautiful. I think I got from Attic Spin Dye. Thank you, Andy. And I also got some yarn from Andy this week from Attic Spin Dye. I'll show that too. It's beautiful. It was a purchase that my daughter made for me. It's a gift and it is lovely. So that's what we'll look at. Get into it. It's Friday the 14th of June. There's a cold front coming in from down south and it's moving quite fast up the coast. Looks like rain's coming. Got a cool Arctic breeze behind it. It's pretty grey. The ocean's got a haze on. I can see it through the trees there. And it feels like rain. So, very nice weather. Our garden is in winter mode. All the deciduous trees have lost their leaves. Frangipani and everything. And the jacaranda. It's a nice cool breeze. The banksia has lovely flowers on it. I'll see if I can get a close-up of them. We have a lot of flying foxes at night there. And the parrots like them in the mornings. Eastern rosellas and white cockatoos sometimes. A lot of birds like those. Yeah, that's the weather report for today. And looks like for this weekend. So here's a video of the finished Corran cardigan. My daughter is wearing it. My daughter Jordana. She looks lovely in it. It's a beautiful blue. And yeah, I thoroughly recommend this pattern. I haven't tried any others of Rebecca Close patterns, but this one looked particularly nice. And I was watching Sarah from from Denmark. I think she's from Denmark, Sarah, who makes 2 podcasts a week. And she was talking about how she made it, and she gave me some helpful hints, especially about the button band and the top buttons. So I made an alteration to the top buttons. We'll have a look at that now. This is the Corran cardigan that I'm knitting. Nearly finished. Sewn on the buttons. Sewed them on today. I like the buttons that I chose. I bought them at the Fibre Festival a month or so ago. Bought 6. Got 1 left over for the top. The buttons fit on really nicely and there's no wavy thing going on. But I just noticed when I sewed my label on that I've sewn the buttonhole in the wrong side of the top. I'm not sure what to do about that. I don't want to undo it and do it again. So I'm thinking maybe if she wants it done up, maybe a small brooch or something. I don't know. What do you think about that? Has this ever happened before? I imagine it has, but golly. So I've sewn the I've knitted the shoulder seams together with a 3-needle bind off. Looks really neat. It feels really nice, the fabric of this cardigan. I just have to sew in the 2 sleeves. So I'm not finished the sleeves yet, but I have both finished to there. And I'm waiting to try it on my daughter so that I can see when to start the ribbing and see how long she wants them. So they will be folded like that. This is such a lovely pattern and so easy to knit, really, after I've done my my cards on how to do it. But yeah, that's all I have to do now, and I'll take a video of the finished cardigan being modelled. Okay, so this is my cardigan on the model. Looks really nice fit. This is a sleeve. I still have this far to go. So we'll just take the sleeve off and then you can see how it looks as a vest, which is very fetching also. It's a nice fit. Looks really nice.
So soft.
Yeah, it's lovely. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think you'll love it.
I do.
We went out and had coffee at in Clavelli earlier this week. It was lovely weather, moody weather, and I took some footage of that and us in the cafe and me knitting in the cafe. I was knitting the Corran at the time, and it was just lovely, and we just had a relaxing time. It was so nice. And Clavelli is a beautiful little beach. It's has that 1920s vibe, and people go swimming there even in winter. So, and it's connected to the ocean, which is lovely. But yeah, have a look at my excursion to the cafe. This is Clavelli Beach, New South Wales. Wave is beautiful. There's clouds on the horizon. Beach patrol. Come on. Some unusual clouds. We had an atmospheric river the other day, last week. Poured rain, but that's what it was called, an atmospheric river. So interesting. Google. It was over Sydney. This is open to the ocean. There's a man down there swimming. It's great, eh? There was a few men down there swimming. It's really interesting, the water going up those stairs over there. Hi, my name's Barbara Rodriguez and I'm Bondi Crafter, but today I'm in the Quilt Valley. It's beautiful. Love weather. It's decision time here. Buttons. I've sewn the button band down because I don't want it to open now. I want it as a jumper. And these are the buttons that I'm looking at. So I have some ceramic ones. They're so cute. I've had those for about 20 years. These beautiful ones. I've got 6 of each except the cars. These different buttons. Mother of pearl, round buttons off a overcoat I had once owned, and some novelty buttons. This is so cute. Look at this one. It is so little. I might put that on just as a novelty. But yeah. Any thoughts on buttons? I find it really hard. It's like choosing cards for me, you know. I could be here for days just looking at buttons. That's the rest of the buttons that I have. Those black ones with the stripe look really nice. I think I might put 6 out and see how they look. And then I want to put this little Amish girl also. I think I'll put her, you know, somewhere like a brooch, but sew her on. So when I wash the cardigan, now jumper, I will be careful. I'm always careful, but you know, extra. There goes my kettle. So now we'll have a look at the English paper piecing and how I go about sewing the little pieces together with the whip stitch. And I made quite a few. Like I made 6 little squares the other night, last night, and the night before, was it? No, just last night. It was such a breeze, and I need to get on with it because there's a lot of little squares, and they come at about 5-inch square, I'd say, after I've done, well, it'd be a 6-inch square, wouldn't it? No, it wouldn't. It'd be a 3-inch square. Oh. And I thought my maths was getting better. So they come out 3-inch squares. But yeah, I'll show you how I progressed along with that to the final ironing stage. I found this box of 1-inch squares. I say found. I didn't actually find them. I must have bought them, I think. I think I remember buying them. They're 1-inch squares. There's like 100. I think there's 100 in this box. For like $10, I think it was. Maybe less. Maybe $5. But anyway, I'm going to join them together and make a small project. I think I'll just sew them together as they come out of the box. But they are all different. So it should be fun. This is a fun project. See how I go with that. It's a hand stitching thing. English paper piecing, because they've all been sewn to pieces of fabric, pieces of paper. Nicely. It's a nice little project. I have a lot of projects. I'm ready to start this project. I've got my Gutermann's 100% cotton. I'm using off-white. I think I chose off-white. And I use about 1 meter of the thread in my favourite. I've got a whole lot of favourite little needles. I like super thin, super strong, with an eye that I can see. And yeah, it's just a strong little steel needle. Sharp. And I've got my Matilda's Own scissors, which I love. And that's all you need. And then I'm going to just sew them together like that. Or that. I say I want to do a random pick out, you know, but I'm not really good at random. And I see there's some black squares in here, so I'll probably have a pattern. I didn't want a pattern, but I probably will have a pattern. But anyway, we'll see how we go. It looks like a nice little project for this afternoon. Okay, so I'm going to sew some of the squares together, and as you can see, I have not done a random match. So I sorted through them all and sorted the greens and the browns and blues, and I've come up with a 9 patch, and this is how I sew my English paper piecing. So I looked through the box and I can't do random, so I separated all the colours. Now I have greens and yellows and all separated. And this is how I join them together. Just as it's English paper piecing, just do whip stitching. I know I can get 22 stitches to 1 inch, and these are 1-inch squares. So I just start off about 1/4 inch in with a knot on the end of the thread, and then go to the end of the square or anything that I'm doing. Go to the end, do a double stitch, and then continue on. And so 22 stitches later, I will have this piece done. And then I will chain stitch the third piece without cutting the thread, and then I'll cut it when I finish connecting it. So we'll keep going just for a minute. I have timed myself doing a 1-inch hexagon the side, and it takes, to connect the whole flower, 1-inch hexagon flower, takes 5 minutes. So one connecting piece of 1 inch takes 1 minute exactly when I'm flat out. I did time it because I thought it was really interesting to find out how long it would take. So nearly there. So I'm halfway across. You can see the little tiny stitches, and I just catch the edge of the fabrics and don't put the needle into the papers. So it's really easy to do. You can just feel it. You can feel how the needle goes through the paper, just glides through the top of the fabrics and misses the paper. Just make sure you get both edges. And then you come to the fold. And so I just fold back, hold it with my thumb, and continue right to the corner. And there we have it. 2 more stitches. I really like the corners to be secure before I start the next one. And so now I've finished this one, I'll show you how I do the string pigeons. So I've got 2 together. You can't see the threads on the front where I've connected it because they're so small and they are pulled tight together. Now I'll put the next one on while the thread is still connected to here, and I just pull it over very tightly. I hold it with my finger and go to the corner, and this saves me making a knot and everything. Then I just continue there, and then just snip the thread and continue on. Then I'll have the 3 connected. This is how far I've gotten so far, and I've been doing these since tipping point, and I think that was about 3 o'clock this afternoon, and it's now 9:15, and I think I've finished for today. I've made 6. I have a look at them. I haven't ironed them yet, but as you can see, I sorted the colours. The red, nice green. This is cute, like the little people. Yellow, again. Blue, with cute rabbits. So cute. Mousy one. That's it. Show the back. So just waiting to be ironed. You can see I don't sew down the fold. I hold that back with my fingers just so that when I take the papers out, everything will be neat. Just my way of doing it. But yeah, it's the back. These are very addictive, I've got to say. I just couldn't stop. So next to iron those and see how we go. So this morning while I'm doing my ironing, I thought I'd iron these little squares that I did last night. just show you how they turn out. Once they're ironed, they're so nice, and I like to iron all the little tabs going the right way on the back so that when I go to connect them to the next one, and I leave the papers in because I think they come out really nicely. They're so cute. So last night I did 6. Really nice colours together. I couldn't do random. I had to do colours, so that's what we've got. And they press out really nicely. All the corners and everything are spot on. Neat little backs. Yeah, that's my ironing. So just do these last 2. This is a pretty one, isn't it? I think it's really cute. They all are. So I just have to iron the back of some of them. And yeah, I'll keep going. Here's me knitting the scarf, the vanilla scarf pattern from Life in the Long Grass. It's beautiful. Have a look. I thoroughly recommend, making your own patterns, especially when you got the general gist of a vanilla scarf, which is a kite shape, much like the hitchhiker, but it's the basic shape of a kite, and so easy to make and so easy to customize to your own whatever. I can never follow the pattern completely. I use it as a general guide mainly now, and I don't need a pattern for a vanilla scarf. So I can add cables, yarn overs 2 together, combinations of garters and pearls. It is just such a fun general pattern, that you can customize and make any pattern you like. And it is just beautiful, and especially if you can make it from one skein. Those special skeins that we all buy as souvenirs and gifts, get as gifts. It's just a fun activity, and it doesn't take long to make. You can make a whole one in a week, and it's great gifts too. And so yeah, have a look at my progress on that. It's freezing cold here, friends. I just made this scarf, so this is the way I think I'll wear it, or I might gift it. Made from one skein. Only took me like 5 hours, I'd say, to make. It's very basic. It's a kite shape. It's a decrease on one side and increase on the other. The yarn is so beautiful. It's superwash, but the colours in it are so beautiful. I did a sort of a pattern, and it feels really nice and soft. You know how superwash feels. Yeah, I think it's lovely. Love the colours. Love it with the grey. It looks good. Scarf stretched out on my bed. It's a crescent shape, really. Well, it came out as a crescent shape. I haven't blocked it or washed it or anything, and probably won't. But this is a pattern I did in the end of it. So it's moss stitch, but little crosses, kisses. I did 3 rows of them. I used all the yarn, and I did a 2-stitch I-cord bind off, and it looks really nice, and it's like a little edge there, but the I-cord goes over it. It's so cute. I really like the 2-stitch one. It looks nice. These greens and all different colours in there, and they've thrown in, I'd say thrown because it's all little bits of black just thrown in. But there's other colours too. There's red and blue and little colours of thread. So pretty. When you look at it from a distance, I think it's lovely. Goes with everything. It's a nice little scarf. This is the name of the yarn. It's Life in the Long Grass. I thought I'd try some of the Life in the Long Grass just because of the name. So it's 85% merino, 15% Donegal nip, DK tweed. It's beautiful. And the colour is ceramic. It's beautiful. And this is what's left. 5 meters. So it's great. This is a new adventure for me. I used to change the furniture around quite a lot when I was younger, but I haven't done it for about 15 years. And we've been in this flat for 22 years. So I thought it was time to change the furniture around just a little. I'm halfway through. Well, John and I are halfway through, and Jordy and Kay, moving the big furniture, but there's only 2 big furnitures to move. So I'll take you through it and let's have a look at the disorder that I'm halfway through. So this is my lounge room. It is beautiful. I love it. It's an Art Deco flat. And I wanted 2 main changes. I have wanted these changes for a few years now because I don't use my long table. Now the children have all grown up and they come in smaller groups. So I want to use my antique table that John was gifted from an old Polish lady who wanted her table and chairs to be looked after. And so I've had it for about 15 years too, and I just love tables. I do, I really do. And I'm going to use it again. I was using it in the kitchen, but put me big cupboards in the kitchen and it doesn't fit there anymore. So it's been in the lounge room over here. So in this area, there's a fireplace, a gas fireplace that was there in the corner, and there are still remnants of it, and I want to find a Victorian or Art Deco small corner fireplace around to put there and have candles in it. I think that would be beautiful. I want to take away that big cupboard that I've had for ages. It's got memorabilia in it and I love it, but I don't know whether it suits me anymore, so it might move on. I'm not sure. John's big chair is there. That's where the table used to be. And we'll go in. So my chair is still there. The palm is still there on a little hexagon table, which I love too, which is also an antique that I think I got for my birthday one year. I have a lot of chairs. These chairs were $50. Someone was selling them at basement price, and I got them, recovered them. John recovered them actually a couple of times now, so we've had them a while. His spinning wheel is there. We had to take things out from under the couch over there and put them here. So we found records. They weren't lost, we just found them for the gramophone. And then the table is put behind the daybed there for now. John will probably move it up. So you can see the couch is full of stuff just yet. My knitting mainly, and 3 quilts. Jacob's ladder that were in a big crate under there that I'd forgotten about. My faux flowers. I do love these faux flowers because they look so realistic, especially from a distance. That's my cherry blossoms. They're on the round table. On the couch there's more knitting, a jigsaw puzzle that was taken down that I really love. That Klimp is so beautiful. John likes making it too, so he's going to remake it sometime. He likes remaking the best ones a couple of times. So I still have my big picture that I got for another birthday present. So heavy. And it's now at the back of the couch, and it looks in proportion, I'd say. And the couch is basically in the center, which is good. Then I have this mirror. I do love mirrors too. And this mirror I found, it was reduced at a furniture shop, and I was with Judith at the time. We were going to Spotlight down south somewhere, and I just couldn't get over it. So John had to go all the way back and buy it for me. It is just beautiful, and it's got beautiful flower details on it, and I think it's just lovely and so unique. It's a thin mirror. Then we have, I'm just going to sit down, I think. Oh, I'll show you the cylinder cupboard before I do. So this corner, which I'm going to keep basically as it is, that's the 50th wedding anniversary picture that my daughter Sky and son-in-law Josh and the kids got for us this year. So beautiful. That's us when we were just married. And the cylinder cabinet, which I love. I think it's just beautiful craftsmanship in this cupboard. And I just love it. It's phonograph cylinders. The hallway is chockers. It's got my jumper that I've just blocked hanging up. Was in the bathroom, but it's now there because it dries quickly there. And then under the table we found a big bit of wood, which I'm going to get John to make into trays for me with some wrought iron handles, I'm thinking. In this corner we still have a gramophone. John made the horn. He makes horns and barters for gramophones, which is very handy because they were very expensive, and he was a great one at making things. I have to dust those flowers there. Really love the little medieval workshop house. People lived above their shop, and it's so beautiful. It has so much detail. I got that for John one year for his birthday. He loved making it, and it looks beautiful, and I thought I'd keep it up and out because it's just lovely. My sister-in-law gave me this beautiful basket that she made. It's paper work. One year for my birthday. It's just lovely. It's got a Spanish vibe going on. And a beautiful little candle holder that I really like, and I put those battery-operated lights in. So in the window is basically the same, but I cleaned the windows. They hadn't been cleaned for a while. So yeah, I'm going to sit down. Oh, I'm sitting down. So here's the table. It is beautiful. It has beautiful legs. It's a drop leaf, so it folds out. Really handy to have against the wall. It did come with chairs that were made from bent cane, but I haven't got those. They're up the shed. They weren't very comfortable to sit on, but they were antique, so kept them in good nick. Here, waiting, as my Phalaenopsis faux flower. I just dusted it with the feather duster. It was pretty dusty. And this beautiful wash basin from my grandmother. I really love it. It's got a big chip out of the back, but I don't care. It is just so beautiful and aesthetically pleasing. It's just gorgeous, and it makes such a gorgeous picture, I think. Then we have another big candle holder that was on the round table with lights in it. And the bookshelf, the medieval bookshelf that rotates. John put it on a base for me with little wheels so that I can wheel it round, which is so helpful. And I've rearranged everything in there. It's got Audrey's pencil cases, got my books, a few books that I'm reading at the moment. It's got her clock at the top, a wooden clock for telling the time, learning to tell the time. Then over there is a TV and that mirror. And this cupboard that was I think it was my grandparents' before internal plumbing. And so I think it's a chamber holder. We tell Nathan, it's Nathan's now, so we tell him that's what it was. But I'm sure that's what it was. It's got 2 shelves in there. It's made out of beautiful wood. It's Edwardian, I would say, and it's just lovely. That beautiful clock that doesn't work anymore that I got from Pottery Barn, I think, when I was in America 20 years ago. It doesn't work anymore, but the surrounding is just beautiful, and you can put plants or something inside it because it's a cage of some sort. I do love metal terrapins and turtles and lizards for some reason. I bought a lizard in Spain and bought it back cast iron. And then I bought this turtle in Florida, I think. It's got a big loop on the top of it. Not sure why, and I'm not sure why there's holes in the turtle, but it's got a base too, so very heavy. Keep it on the windowsill. And then cement pumpkins. So yeah, that's basically what I'm up to now. So today I hope to have it finished. And I think it's going to give me more space. Just keeping the carpet as is. I love this carpet. It's a wool carpet. I got it for $500 about 10 years ago, I'd say. And was a guy closing down. And it had a fringe on it. And I asked him to take it off. So he took it off, got it taken off, and the edge resewn. And it looks really nice now without a fringe. Just my personal opinion. I do like carpets on the wall too. And I've seen some really nice light grey Persian carpets that I would like. Not too big. And for the wall. Just thinking about it. So yeah, the couch looks really, got everything on it at the moment. I'm going to change the cover on it also from the brown. It has had a lot of covers and a lot of different foam pieces there. But yeah, I want to put a light cover on it. Now I'm going to make new cushion covers too to match. Oh yeah. That was a fun day yesterday. And the cedar chest is back under there. That's my daughter's, was my grandmother's. It was a travelling chest made out of red cedar, the top of it anyway. We just have to get new hinges made from the blacksmith for it, but it is 100 years old. I really do like old wood and beautifully carved and good detail on anything really, even new. Detail makes everything special, doesn't it? Yeah, that's it for now. So it's early in the morning, it's about 9:30. I got up early so that I could just take the table from over there because the table had been left. But yeah, happy with how it's going. I think we're making good progress. I'll catch you up at the end of the day. John, I know you love gramophones and phonographs and old records. Let's see, tell me how you got started. Did you have records before we met?
Yeah, I had 78 records for a long time. And the first machine I bought, we were married, and I got it at Renwick.
What year was that?
76 or something.
74?
No, I got it after we were married.
Did we? 76. Yeah. Yep.
Around 76.
Yeah.
and that, and I rang him up and asked him if he'd take $20 and a cheque for the other $20.
Yeah.
When I got there, we had the Cortina, the 76 Cortina, and he said he thought it was a Porsche, and he wanted the $40, but he ended up taking the $20 cheque. That was the upright Rex and Holler.
Yeah, I remember that.
And Polly we picked up in Warhack.
Yeah.
Yeah, I paid $50 for it, and didn't have the horn. And I made a cardboard horn for it, and later on I found one of the club members had two horns, and he sold me one for another $50
That was lucky.
for the cardboard horns, the original. Very happy, but going over to the Edisons more than anything now.
Yeah, so what do you like the records?
I just like the music.
Why?
I just like the old time music.
How many records did you have when you started, like?
I had about 30.
And then you had a big collection.
Yeah, I had about
10,000.
Yeah, I think it was 10,000 records. Ended up selling about 8,000 of them when we sold the house. I've still got about 3,000 records, about 400 cylinders.
Do you have any favourites?
Yeah. I've got a cylinder record that's in the back seat of my Henry Ford. And I've got the Edison Diamond Discs machine. They're the one behind you.
And you've got a cylinder that goes in a doll.
Yeah, I've got 2 cylinders that were in the Edison Talking Dolls. They're very hard to get. Yeah, I was lucky enough to get 2 of them. Yeah, still got them. Usually they broke in the doll because they're only wax.
Well, we used to get out these records and play them when the kids were little and dance around in the kitchen.
Yep, kitchen dining room. Yeah, that's when I bought the Rex and Holler. Yeah.
Especially loved all the versions of Alexander's Ragtime Band. Like, we must have about 10 copies.
15.
15, all different.
And you got about 10 copies of Cuckoo Waltz.
Yeah, that's a fab one.
Yeah. But I've got all the old swing bands and that up the shed.
Yeah, I really like Ragtime.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you started making horns.
Yeah, I made horns because I couldn't afford to buy them, so I traded. Yeah.
John made those horns. They're as good as the originals. And we've seen some in movies that he's made.
Yeah.
Australian movies.
Shops.
And in shops, yeah.
Yeah. Auctions.
You can't tell them from the original. They're so good. Yeah.
That's how I built the collection up.
Yeah. The
Gramophones.
bartering system.
Yeah. Gramophones, record dusters, needle tins.
I love those
Record
record
memorabilia.
dusters.
Yeah. Yeah, they're all up the shed. Yeah. A lot of Edison's up there waiting to be repaired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm glad we found these. If I hadn't moved the couch around, they would still be under the couch. But really good that we found them.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't find them. We just knew they were there.
Relocated them.
We did. Thanks, John.
Yeah.
Here are my acquisitions for the week. They were gifts. And they came yesterday. They're a gift from my daughter Jordana. And it came from Attic Spin Dye. It's just lovely, isn't it? I bought these from the Etsy shop. And I always have to buy them from the Etsy shop. It's just easier and very fast. And they come with these beautiful little stitch markers. This one's got a birdhouse. And this one has a little bird in a cage. And they come as gifts. Thank you so much, Andy. and then also a mini skein. And you know I love minis. And this mini is just so beautiful. I love it. It's got white and it's got all these beautiful speckles in it. Blues and browns and yellows and orange, and it's just so gorgeous, and black. I just love it. Thank you so much. And thank you, Jordana. It is beautiful and I love it. And I'm going to make it into a scarf, a shawl. I think it's just lovely. I love the colors. I love everything about it. I might team it with a solid green. Still thinking about that. But that is beautiful and I love it. And I really like the colours. They're beautiful. By the way, it is fingering weight. I'll tell you a bit more about it actually. It's called Cherise. So the colour is Cherise, deep speckles. Superwash merino and nylon 75-25. There's 100 grams and there's 225 meters in each skein, and that is excellent value for 18 pounds. It's just beautiful. I imagine this is very similar. Beautiful. That's me signing off for this week. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for tapping my video and having a look. Hope you enjoyed what I had to talk about. Comments are always most welcome, friends. I love comments because I love what you're thinking about, you know, and it makes it so much friendlier and it makes me feel like you've come to visit me, and I really love that. So thank you so much, and press the subscribe button and like. It does help. So see you next week, and bye for now. Bye, friends.